in action.
So this is what you guys have built for all year long. Finally, are you guys ready for this thing?
We're so ready. I mean, we've been talking about since we started back the end of August, and just been, peaking hopefully at the right time next week, but we're excited.
What do you guys do in this last week as the build up before you head to Fort Worth?
I mean, really right now it's just keeping everyone healthy and happy, and just, having their confidence continue to elevate, dial in on some details, but really just keep everyone right where we need them to be with their confidence.
This is tough because it's, you make a mistake in January, February. It's not life altering, but a mistake happens at Nationals and it's over. So how do you keep them, I know you talked about the Utah bubble, how do you keep them focused and dialed into what they need to do?
I mean, I think for us, regionals is a lot more stressful than nationals. And so every year once we've kind of made it through regionals, we're like, all right, now we just go for it. I think we compete a lot more free at nationals, just knowing that we've already made it there. We've continued our streak, 49 years this year. And we just kind of get to, just go for it.
In the beginning of the season, you talked about you guys are tired of being third.
Yeah.
Where do you kind of see that translating into this, knowing that you guys do play more free or compete more free in nationals?
I think this year, one, we've been talking about going for the national title at the beginning, which is something we've never done before. It was kind of always this taboo thing you didn't want to talk about, you didn't want to jinx it. But this year we've really just embraced it. That's what we're here to do, and that's what every team next week is here to do, is to go for the national title. So I think by talking about that has created just some more confidence in being able to do it and go for it. And then I really think the unity of this team and the culture of this team, the care they have for one another, is even deeper than we've had. And I think those little things at the end of the game is what's really going to count.
Obviously Thursday, is step one, and it's, a big meet. There's a lot of high-powered teams in there. What do you guys need to make sure you guys are locked in on to, be in that top two to advance on Saturday?
Well, we definitely can't only do 3 events. We absolutely have to go, 4 events all the way through. We've talked about just starting the meet on aggressive. We're going to start on beam, which I think for this team is an awesome event for us to get to do. First up, there's no opportunity to hold back. You got to just go for it, and you got to just trust it right from the beginning all the way through the last routine, and that's going to be really important for us.
What went into the decision to do volunteering at the Ronald McDonald House on Friday? Yeah, I cried.
Oh, you got all the details, huh? Every year we think about what we want to do in between those 2 days. And last year we were going to go to the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, and took a lot, to get it all planned out and sorted. And then when the day came, they were like, that's just too much for us to do. We can't do it. And I just started thinking about, what does this team care about? And this team truly cares about community and using their platform in the right way to give back. They're just such servant leaders, both on our in our program and across the country, in our community. And so I just kind of suggested, well, what if we do some kind of community service thing on our day off? That's what you love doing. And you've done a lot of it this year, and they were super excited about it. So I put it on Jaylene, who's kind of our community service rep, and she got it all organized. And yeah, we're going to go spend an hour there and bring some Easter stuff.
Early on in the season, after some of these bigger meets, you'd said your team they didn't live up to those expectations just based on kind of maybe seeing the other people around them. How do you feel like your team has changed since maybe those early meets?
Yeah, some of those meets we talked about, it was like when we were having great success. That was when we did a 180 and went the other way. When you get to nationals, there's no opportunity for that. I mean, you have to be dialed in the whole way, and this team really thrives on pressure. And we're going to feel that from the first routine up, starting on day one. So I think that it is actually the best environment that our team likes to compete in.
On Saturday, you said that the beam issues are something that you as the beam coach were going to address. How have you went about addressing that as you guys prep for nationals?
Well, we made some shuffling, so we've shuffled around our lineup a little bit. I mentioned this the other day, but our beam lineup, it's high risk, high reward. We have some other routines that are safer. But the ability for them to score as high as some of the ones that we have aren't there. And so we've just decided to kind of rearrange our beam lineup a little bit. We practiced yesterday as a whole team on beam, which we haven't done that before. And I think they like it. I think you guys will be excited about our new lineup.
Following up on that a little bit, you talked about high risk, high reward, that it exists on beam, exists on vault, especially those two. Are you of the mindset as a coach that it is worth the higher risk, or are you kind of like, there are meets where we should probably play it safer?
I mean, at this point, like, we just have to go for it. And we've proven enough consistency. It's not like we're putting in routines that haven't hit all season. These are skills they've been doing all year. And, with the ability to score really high. So I do think that this is, the right moment to just continue what we're doing. We're not putting new people in the lineup. It's still the same people with the same routines. And we've been, playing this way all year. So we're going to go for it at Nationals.
With Grace Unfeld, obviously she has a ton of power.
Yeah.
And talking to her, she says she's still trying to learn how to control that power. Is there anything you can do in this 1 week lead up to kind of help her kind of get more of the sticks? Do you look for something different, or kind of how do you look at her vault?
I mean, again, just like Trent was at, it's high risk, high reward. She sticks that thing, she could score a 10 on it. She also could take a huge step forward, which we've seen many times. At this point, there's only just small little changes she's going to be able to make. And so for her, maximizing, her last few days of practice, getting some more turns in, and just, to put herself in the best position she can for that ball.
What is the biggest thing this team needs to do to bring home the hardware on Saturday?
I honestly think they just need to believe that they can do it and trust in one another and care about one another all the way to the very end. That's where that drive, that determination is going to come in, and belief. We've been talking about it all year, and this is the time.
Okay.
Yay.